right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. So I'm curious to know, what are your top 5 Zelda games that you have played?
That I've played all the way through.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Breath of the Wild, 1, easy. Ocarina of Time is 2. Skyward Sword is 3, just because Ocarina barely beat it out. So there's a thing of the 3D Zeldas a little bit better. Most of the time. I haven't completed Majora's Mask, but I've played the vast majority of it. Honestly, I think next I would have to put A Link Between Worlds on the 3DS. I think it's one of the least popular ones because not as far as like popularity, but as far as like number of people who played it, because it was an exclusive to the 3DS. Not a lot of people had 3DSs, and they weren't going to buy one just to play one exclusive Zelda game. But the story of that one is just great, and especially for a handheld game, it really it does a good job of like keeping your attention and making you care about the characters. And so, even though the world is small and it's actually a replica overworld of A Link to the Past, yeah, that's the third one, right?
Yeah, Link to the Past is
Yes,
the third.
Link to the Past. And the gameplay mechanics are very similar, because A Link to the Past is like absolutely beloved by everyone who played it when they grew up. Exactly. And then after that, probably, oh man, Link's Awakening is a good one. I guess I'd have to go with Link's Awakening because I haven't completed Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, because I know one of those two is gonna bump these off. But since I haven't completed them, I can't tell you. But
Man, I can't
yes.
remember for the life of me which one is Link's Awakening.
Which one?
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening?
Yeah.
That's the one where the spoiler alert. The whole game is him dreaming because he passed out in a shipwreck, and he wakes up on Koholint Island with that girl, and they take him in, and the whole thing is that he has to go wake the windfish at the top of the island. It's in the giant egg on top of the volcano. But then there's all this stuff like littered throughout the game that you can pick up on. It's like, well, if you wake it, then our world's gonna disappear, because if you wake the windfish wakes up real Link, and then so since the whole world's a dream, the world disappears. So it's people trying to stop him from waking the windfish because their world's going to disappear.
Well, sucks to be that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Too bad. I'm stranded in the middle of the ocean. I'm dehydrated. I'm sunburnt. I'm waking up. I've had enough.
All right. So now, top favorite game or games of all time.
Oh man, Halo 2, number 1. And I don't think it'll ever change. I really don't. I think I'm pretty like set in my ways, like an old man, about that at this point. Because like if Breath of the Wild wasn't going to dethrone it, nothing is. Because it's a lot of it's because of nostalgia. Because I played first time I even played like shooters was like 6th grade, which is a lot older than like most people my age started. Most people my age started playing shooters when they were like 9 years old. Not me, because my parents did not approve, but they came around on it.
So how do you eventually convince your parents to let you play violent video games?
I actually, this is a great story.
Tell us.
In order to convince my parents to let me get Halo, because the first one I ever got was Reach when it had come out. All my friends were playing it. I had to put together a PowerPoint presentation on why they should let me play it. And I went over things. So I was like, it's aliens, so it's like it's not even real like looking blood, it's blue blood. So you don't have to worry about the gore. And then I was like, playing video games helps with reaction time, which will help me when I'm driving. and stuff like that. And you know what's funny? The funniest part of that whole thing is I got that idea from a freaking commercial I saw on TV, where like this kid did that to get a dog or something that he wanted. He put together a PowerPoint presentation and it worked. And I was like, I'm going to try that because I don't know what else to do. It worked. So any kids out there, your parents won't let you play a game you really want to play. Put together a really nice PowerPoint presentation. Use good points, not lame points like, oh, because it looks fun. That ain't gonna be enough. But they can work. I'm telling you. They can work.
Oh, man. Yo, tell me you still have that PowerPoint saved somewhere.
Oh
Ooh.
Man. You know, I might. I'd have to do some major digging though. Yeah, because I use the same flash drive from like middle through high school.
For real?
It was like this Bugs Bunny one. But I think that's probably what it's on.
Man.
I bet that's what it's on.
Oh yeah.
You know, actually, give me 1 second. Can I pause? 1 second. I think I might know.
Oh wait.
If it's not right here, we'll just end it.
2 hours later.
Drop the idea, but it might be here.
6.5 hours later.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
Huh?
You're joking.
He's back. Yeah.
I can't believe that. My freaking backpack from high school was sitting over there and it's still in there. That's hilarious.
You know what would be even cooler? If you was to send me a copy of that PowerPoint like that, we could show that on a future episode or have you come in and kind of explain it to us as to like, hey, this is what I did, this is how I did it. I think that'd be kind of hilarious.
We'll do here. Bugs Bunny. Here you go. God. I can't believe I found that.
Oh man. All right. We lost track of everything. Let's go ahead and continue our top fives.
Oh, yeah, top 5 games. So, you know, a lot of people like Halo 3 the most, simply because the story was so epic and it was like the conclusion at the time. I liked Halo 2 simply because my favorite video game character of all time is the Arbiter from Halo 2. And getting to play as the Covenant for the first time was sick, especially as a character that like you can identify so much with, because like he didn't do anything wrong, yet he was cast out and told to be ashamed of what he had done, and then he used his shame to overcome itself. So I think it's a pretty cool story of the Arbiter itself. I just like the level design in Halo 2 more, and the fact there's like an actual legitimate boss battle that's not the 5th one in a row. Halo 5, looking at you. Reusing boss battles is a no-no. Just letting you developers know out there if you're watching, don't reuse boss battles, please. But Halo 2, number 1, easy. Number 2 is Breath of the Wild. Has to be. It's got so much going for it. You know, there's people who like to hate on it and talk about how it doesn't have traditional dungeons and that the old divine beasts don't count or whatever. And you know, yeah, you can have that opinion. That's fine. You're not entirely wrong. But like, I have never played such a large open world game that big that is so jam-packed with stuff to do in my life. I mean, and I was even watching a video on this. In order to determine how far apart like things needed to be to do like solving a Korok puzzle or a shrine or a camp of enemies or a treasure chest to be found, in order to determine how far they should space that out, they actually took the map of Tokyo and they looked at how far apart every convenience store was placed and mirrored that into the game so that people were never bored. The second you started to get bored, boom, you found something to do.
That is absolutely genius.
That is absolutely genius.
That's insane.
And you know, art style is fantastic. People complain about the story too, which, yeah, the cutscenes were few and far between. When a game is that open world, if you have cutscenes every, hour, it's gonna get to be a lot. Because like you're on a mission, you got stuff to do. You're like, I'm gonna go all the way over there next, and then you get cut off by 3 cutscenes on the way over there. It doesn't flow well. And I think that it's also like when it comes to RPGs and stuff. Yeah, you can like force the story on the player, but there's also an element of like let the player find the story through other things that not every single player is going to find, like through notebooks or diaries and stuff like that. And let the story kind of tell itself in its own way, so everyone's experience isn't the exact same. Same with like Fallout. That's another good example.
So are you a fan of Fallout and their storytelling ways?
Oh yeah, yep. New Vegas is, it's probably number 3.
Okay.
So perfect segue.
Perfect segue.
Perfect segue. And I only played New Vegas like 2 years ago when I was in college. And all I'd ever heard about New Vegas in like middle school and high school was, oh, it's a buggy mess. It's a buggy mess. And so I was like, okay, I'll just steer clear of it. So I played Fallout 4 in high school when that came out. Had a great time. I thought it was the bee's knees because I'd never played another Fallout and didn't know any better. And so, I got Xbox. I got the Game Pass in college, and I saw that New Vegas was on there. I was like, I'll download it and see what it's like. And played it for like 4 weeks straight.
So New Vegas just captivated you.
Oh yeah. I was just loving it. The music, the dichotomy between the bright New Vegas city that's colorful and just grips your attention everywhere against the vast emptiness and this gray and brown boringness of the wasteland is just genius. And unlike, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas doesn't take forever to get going. Like, they show you the opening cutscene. You're playing. You don't have to spend an hour just getting out of the vault like in Fallout 3. But I shouldn't hate on Fallout 3 too much because then those people are going to come for me too. So,
have you ever played Fallout 76?
No, I didn't. It's the same story with Cyberpunk. There's just too many negative things to even give it a shot.
Please, accept my apologies for the glitches, sire.
But now that it's on the Game Pass, and I hear that they've fixed a lot of things, I might give it a shot.
After speaking with Tyler in the previous podcast, I went back and looked at Fallout 76, and they did some major updates. They added NPCs, they added a main or more fluent storyline, stuff to kind of do. The content is still lacking, but overall, it's better than what it was originally. Are there still bugs? Yes. Is it perfect? No. But it's playable, It's actually interesting now. But man, let me tell you, the griefers, similar to Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah, man. MMOs are rough, man.
Ridiculous.
They're rough.
Yeah. So, number 4.
Number 4, man. I had an official list. Yeah, hang on. Let me turn around here for a second. I have to make sure, because like I have the list in my head, but I'm like, let me look at my other games, make sure there's not one that's like, oh yeah, no, I'm way better than that.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Hey, just make sure that it's not a My Little Pony or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to finally do it. I'm gonna have to put a Call of Duty on this list.
Call of Duty.
Duty.
Yeah, Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2.
Whoa. Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
How do you go from Blue Blood to Black Ops 2?
So
how do you manage that?
When I first was able, after I convinced my parents to let me play shooters.
Yeah, because that one came out literally like
that was the one that
right after.
That was the
within the same time space.
That was the one that came out immediately after they started letting me play shooters. And so me and my friends were just into it 24/7, 365 all summer. I'm not going outside and getting burned. I'm playing a Call of Duty all summer, you know? And looking back now, and I get on there and like my KD is like a 0.99, and I'm like, man, because I've been trying to get it up, right? Because I was like my first Call of Duty, so I sucked naturally. But I've been trying to get it up ever since, and every time I get on there, I'm like, oh, if I could just get it over that hump, please. But you know, the story in any Call of Duty, I think it's take it or leave it. It's nothing revolutionary. You know, if you're into those kinds of like stories, then I think it's good. But like, it's not going to be anything groundbreaking like Breath of the Wild or Shadow of the Colossus or Halo or God of War. It's not going to be like a super, you know, encapsulating story anytime, because at the end of the day, it's still a Michael Bay blow everything up, shoot 'em up game. You know, there's not a whole lot to it. But you know, and I also, since I hadn't played Black Ops 1 yet, I was kind of lost on the story anyways, so it didn't matter. But after I've played Black Ops 1, I appreciate the story more. The reality is, it was just a fun, fast-paced, action-packed Call of Duty that I think is my favorite for the aesthetics of it, and I still think to this day it had the best maps of any Call of Duty game.
Multiplayer maps?
Yeah, multiplayer maps, yeah.
All right.
Oh, and actually, this is a hot take too. I think it had the best zombies maps. Dude, I know some Black Ops 1 fans will freak out if you say that, but like Mob of the Dead and Origins are just unparalleled when it comes to zombies maps. They're too good.
You want to know something extremely crazy? I just couldn't get into the Call of Duty zombie games.
Really?
Yeah, really. And I'm a zombie fanatic.
Yeah, you are.
But I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, that's really surprising. That's really surprising to me.
It was too archaic for me.
Yeah.
I honestly tried. I tried my best, but just never captivated me.
I get that.
Yeah, I need something a little bit more engaging, a little bit more thoughtful, you know?
Like a survival game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Survive! But man, when it comes to Call of Duty, I have to give it to Modern Warfare, the very first one. Because there's this amazing sequence or mission that was when you was like Russians in the airport or something to that nature.
Mm-hmm. No Russian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That stirred up a lot of controversy when that first happened.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
С нами Бог. Remember, no Russian.
Oh man. And then the one where you like crawling through the grass. Oh my goodness gracious, my heart. Oh, yo, like just the thrill of it.
That's the best mission in that game, man.
Oh, and when you're sniping,
Yup. The wind and everything. Yeah, exactly. Speed, direction, all of it.
All right, so Call of Duty Black Ops 2. All right, so you're number 4.
You mean number 5?
That's what I said.
Okay. Man. I really should have brought my list with me, because that was like my keep me on track. Give me a second here. Here, just hit pause. I'll go get it, and I'm gonna come back. I know where it is. I promise.
Take your time. I'll wait right here.
One eternity later.
I knew I was forgetting one, but there's a reason why. There's a reason why I forgot about it. So number 5 used to be my number 2 for the longest time, actually. So it's kind of embarrassing that I forgot about it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.